Alright, second stream of this game. Let's get started. If my controller works. Oh yeah, just needed to click the game window. There we go. Continue. Now, I do plan on posting this playthrough on YouTube. This is probably gonna be the first video you see, if there even is gonna be anyone watching. And you're probably asking yourself, is this the start of the game? No, it's not. I also streamed yesterday, and I played the game for about 2 hours. So this is about 2 hours into the game. My plan was to just upload past broadcasts that get saved on Twitch. I didn't know that you had to enable that function. So the broadcast from yesterday didn't get saved. So I'll do like a quick recap as the best way I can, because I'm not gonna play everything again. You start with these two characters. You can choose at the beginning of the game the one who will lead your party. She is a battle monk, so she does mostly blunt damage with her staff, and yeah, it has moon magic or lunar magic. The other one is Blade Dancer, I believe. Yeah, Blade Dancer. Maybe it even says in here it doesn't say his class, but well, whatever. I think he's a Blade Dancer, and his magic uses solar magic. So we have the lunar and solar thing. Interesting though is you would think he's like more of a mage or like more of a swordsman type of guy, like a warrior. But it actually seems like he's more specialized in magic, because his magic power is higher and he has a healing spell, and his one magic attack also does a lot of damage. Even though his MP is lower than this one's. Like her speciality for now, at least as far as I can see, she specializes in strength. So, well, who knows how that will all work out in the future, right? When we progress in the game. But yeah, yesterday you started with these two characters. You do like a little bit of gameplay, then they stop at a campfire and reminisce about the past. Then you go back into the past and play as them as kids. You see the village they grew up in. They actually went to this same cave we're standing in front now. One of the friends got hurt, lost his eye. Then right after that they were going to be trained as solstice warriors. And where we are now is like right after that training. So I think, and it's like right before the first couple of minutes of gameplay. And they haven't really explained, I mean, they have, but like solstice warriors have to like cleanse some kind of corruption in the world. And yeah, they have predecessors also, like more adult. So, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. So yeah, sorry for rambling on. Let's just get started. Sure feels easier now. This time we make it through. Yeah, referencing back to the first time they went to this cave. Are there any hidden passages here? No. Had to check. Music sounds good though. I didn't even think that would be a cave, but like a stone wall with some rails on it. I'm guessing this can go up or down later. This is locked. Alright. So we have to go this way. I'm wondering though, like what's the difference between these enemies here? Because that one that's like shaking his head, it seems to be the same type as the other ones. Yeah, it's a lust slug. So, but why does this one know the only one that has to wait 2 turns and has like the weaknesses, but these ones don't? I don't know. Just gonna. Okay, this attacks all of them. I didn't know that. You have timed attacks and timed blocks. Really fucking sucks that I lost that video yesterday because I went over everything. So now I'm kind of flustered, like where did we, what did I explain, what didn't I do? Also, I might lower the game audio a little bit after this. Okay, let's see, options, audio. I'll just put it all on the same level. I think that's better. Also, another thing that I just remembered, yesterday we got some relics, like right at the end, and I think that lets you toggle like the difficulty. Amulet of Storytelling, max HP plus 100% and auto heal after combat. That's off. Okay, so let's keep that off. Sequent flare successfully timing hits and blocks causes star flare to fly out of the character for a clear as day confirmation. The input was properly timed. Recommended for those preferring stronger feedback or while closing in on the mastery of certain moves. I'm thinking I'm gonna turn that on. First of all, I suck at some of the blocking and timing stuff. Secondly, I think it makes for a better viewing experience, so the viewer also can see if I block something properly. Okay. Can't give each other a boost or something. Nope. Okay. I thought I had to jump while still on it, like when it was going down, but no timing involved, just okay. And this is just a shortcut down. Now we are up here. Get the chest we saw earlier. Adventurer's vest. Okay. Equip. Seven and 6. And what's his? Defense and magic defense. Okay, he definitely needs more defense. Okay, so now I'm like aiming at the middle one, but it doesn't hit the other one. Like earlier when I was like aiming at the middle one, it hit the one next to them, right? But now it only hits the top one. Is it because they aren't next to each other perfectly? Because when I try this one, right, like it hits the middle one. When I do the middle one, it hits that one. And when I aim at this one, nothing. Okay. Guess I'll do it like this then. Ah, there we go. Properly timed it. Skills. He just has a magic attack, but didn't time that correctly. Timed that correctly. Nice. Timed that correctly. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I hope it continues. Let's attack this one because he already got attacked earlier. So yeah, he's dead. Nice block again. Not a good timing this time. Blocked again. Damn. There we go. 36 experience. And we're only still level 2, but it already takes that much to level up. I'm first gonna see what's going on up here. Maybe the king is in the chest. The key's in the chest, it's up there. Okay. Like before I pulled the lever down there, I was like just wondering what's going on up here. Okay, that just resets it. Okay. So if you mess anything up. Now it's locked. Ah, okay, now we can get what I think is the key in the chest. Forbidden cavern key. Yeah, now we can reset. Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Oh, I just jumped down. Very nice. Mushroom soup. So there's like just a random basket of mushroom soup here. Like, did Garl just leave this behind? Like, is he here? Valera and Zale learned the combo skill Mending Light. Shiny pearl. Okay. Like, how did they learn the skill though? Like, it was just floating there? They're not gonna say anything about it? Okay, the pearl is not like something you can equip. No. Items. Good. Like. Weapons. Valuables. Meant to be hold. Okay. Now we have a ring. Leeching Thorn, normal attacks, heal for 15% of damage done. HP 49. I think I'm gonna give this to Zale too, because he's like the healer. He has like a healing skill. So it's important to keep him alive. So anytime he's out of mana and he can just like regain mana with his usual attack, but also regain life at that, it's pretty important. Always keep your healer alive. And here we are back at the beginning again. Okay, so yeah, it is position based, because now obviously I can't do the crescent arc and hit them all at once. I wish there was a multi-hit physical attack though, because there is a multi-hit lunar magic, but that won't exploit their weaknesses. So I'm thinking I'm probably just gonna hit this one. And then do the same with Zale, because he's like knocked out now. Okay. Damn. Okay. Okay. Probably just need to heal her. I don't know if there's any timing associated with that, but another spike shower. Damn it. And of course, like at these crucial moments, I fuck up. Just gonna attack that one so it's out of the picture. Oof, clutch. Oof. Ah. Okay, she's knocked out now. He can at least heal himself. Yeah, I had a feeling he was like close to... I should pay closer attention to my... healing lights. First of all himself, then her. Okay, these are all just HP. 420. Okay, can I give him one? That almost killed me. But it's good, right? Like, it's a bit of a challenge. Well, I mean, maybe it's too early to call it a challenge, but you do need to pay attention. And it's probably better to find out right now in like such a minor battle instead of later. Had to take a sip of my iced tea. Sorry if you could hear that. The device is broken. We can activate the bridge. Okay. There seems to be a detour through here to the left. Worth the shot. Yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, a resting point. Before I go do that, I will save first. Because maybe they'll go into another flashback. No, okay. Set up camp, left bumper. I don't know what the setup camp option is. Let's try it. Okay, this is just like character dialogue stuff. Shame we didn't get to see Garl before leaving. And we can swap characters here. So the choice at the beginning didn't matter. Okay, rest again, I guess. Yeah, that refilled everything. Alright. Boss battle. That's a big boy. Ooh, I like the music though. I'm just gonna hit it as hard as I can right at the start. Does it have multiple segments? No. Boss slug. Ah, it's vulnerable to that. That's also what the game recommended, right? Like through character dialogue, like when you have magic, just use it. Like that's pretty important, I would say. His magic is much easier. You just hold A. Ah, so it's weak to both. Damn. And of course, now that he's weak to it, I don't have enough MP. Boss bug. I attacked the main guy because I didn't know what these would do. Like maybe they'll explode, right? I'll just do this again. Okay, that did kill them instantly though. Oof, bad stuff. Oof. God damn, dude. Just top her off. Still don't know if there's a timing to that. And maybe I should wait with like the... Okay, they just die in one hit. I tried blocking that. I'm waiting for him to be... Damn it. Like, I know I can just use my MP magic again, but... Just kinda hoping to do it at a moment where... That attack sucks. Like I said, I was kinda hoping to do it at a moment when... His weakness pops up again against lunar magic. Of course, now he's has two different. Okay, and the weakness disappears, of course. Okay, for every weakness that you take off, or yeah, it spawns one less bug. Kinda afraid what those things will do, so... Prioritize healing. Okay, now she's Solstice Strike, Mending Light. Dual attack. That was pretty nice. That's like, how are we supposed to even do that? Like, there's only one turn left and we're supposed to knock off all of those? Like, we can do a combo again, I guess, but... I mean, I think this is more important, right? Prioritize survival. Beautiful animation, huh? So yeah, now it's gonna spawn for... If I do... Okay. Guess I'll do that then. and immediately spawn some more. Nice. And that was it. Was a little bit close because of me being stupid, I guess. Looks like there's a way out. The mountain shouldn't be much further. Okay, let's go in here first. There we go. Always check everything in an RPG. Equip. This one already had an adventurous vest, so we now have a second one. Thank you. Nothing else here. I do hope we get to see Garl again though. Because he's like getting set up as like this character that's nothing special. Right? He's just their friend. He's not a solstice warrior like they are. So he's not allowed to come to the academy or to their training. But I just hope now that they're all grown up, he just shows up and is like a complete badass or something. Like, yeah, I'm a normal guy, but I can still fuck you up. Things are starting to move. I am eager to see what these two can do. Eager and impatient too. For now we wait. 3, you know what to do. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't judge, but those guys don't particularly look like good guys. Sunglow Lake. Is there a way to move faster on this? No. A Solstice Shrine and the Mountain Trail. Okay, so the Mountain Trail is like, I think we need to go there to progress. Let's go to the shrine first because... Oh no, never mind, we're fully healed. Because I'm like expecting maybe the shrine is also a place where you can rest up. Although I did see earlier, yeah, you can also just set up camp, so maybe the shrine is for something else. Sunglow Lake. Oh, don't tell me, is this a fishing minigame? Hey there, were you looking for anything in particular? Okay, so... +4, +2, +4, +3. 36. So we can buy both. Adventure Fest we both have on. I'm guessing there's also some kind of cooking in the game because you can buy all these loose ingredients. Yeah, I'll sell the training sword, copper staff. I used to have like a real problem in RPGs where I would almost never like sell anything. So I would have like all of my inventory full with like all of this old weaponry and armor. This, I'm guessing this purely for selling, but I'll keep it for now. For maybe there's like a crafting system later in the game, I don't know, where you can use it in. Okay. So we already have a... don't know how to do this. Okay, I get it. You see like the glow on the water? Need to keep it in there. I realized a little bit late, but... So gotta steer it. Even though it's fighting you. And there we go. A lunar trout. So yeah, sorry if this is boring, but I'm guessing it does have some uses. Another lunar trout. I'm guessing for the cooking later. I can also... I don't have to throw it all the way to the back. If I press again, it will only go that far. A man of war. Okay, I'll play... I'll get one more of those and then I'll stop. Does that also change with which character you have equipped? Like which fish appear maybe? No, okay, it only shows these two, so... Okay, good to know. Then let's go to the temple. One thing I also like about this game until now is like no random appearances, like not even on the overworld. You can actually see the enemies you run into. I've been playing Octopath Traveler 2 a while back, and still an amazing game, but yeah, it did get kind of tiresome after a while to just be walking and then getting attacked. Okay, it's locked. And how do we unlock it? I guess we don't. Mountain trail. Okay, so yeah, this is where we started at the beginning of the game. We made it here, moved through a little bit of gameplay, and then they started reminiscing. And then we got transported back to the memories of their youth. And that is what we have played up until this point. Alright, we made it to the mountain trail. So far so good. So the other mischief somewhere here. I am. Like we need, like our first mission is go see the Elder Mist. And like for some reason we need to present him the cloths we made. Because our training didn't only exist out of combat training and physical training, but also we had to do some sewing to make it look a magical piece of cloth that we can present to the Elder Mist. So yeah, no idea what's that about, but we will see. Hello Nancy Quinn, welcome. I really hope we'll get a chance to return to Moon Cradle after this. Whatever sent out into the world right away. Yeah, I don't know. I just wish Garl was here. We could certainly use some celestial willow jam to go with this awful bread. The dream. I'm not gonna do the laugh, but yeah. Is he here? Celestial willow. I've got some right here, guys. Okay, it's good to see him again. I even picked some mushrooms. You won't believe this soup I'll make. So he was the one that left the soup before in the cave. Like we found his random basket and it just had mushroom soup in it. Oh, and I found some herbs in the Forbidden Cavern. They'll do just right. Garl? What? You didn't really think I was gonna let you go on an adventure without me, right? Did you? Hey Nancy Quinn. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just chilling, playing some games. I was kinda bored, so I decided, hey, let's just try streaming it. I didn't expect to even get a viewer, but good to see that you're here. And how are you? It's so good to see the two of you again. You look so strong now. Hey, why didn't you show up for our departure? Are you kidding? There was absolutely no announcement. As soon as I heard everyone gather, I went to our hideout to pack my stuff. But you left so fast. Ah, he's also been training. Guys, I'm so pumped for this journey. I know all about survival now. Fishing and gathering and cooking and... What's wrong? You can't actually come with us. Ah, come on, man. Just let him come. I bet he's gonna be a beast. Like if he... We just wanted to say goodbye. We're on the duty now. And it's pretty dangerous. You can't mean that. We've always talked about how we'd all leave together after your training. Plus, I spent all those years practicing in our little cave. I'm ready. Ah man, that's what I like to hear. Look, I may not have any special powers like you do, but I'm built strong and I've been preparing. Yeah. I guess my one viewer already left. Oh well. I'm built strong and I've been preparing. Ah man. This is my shield, I'll be a defensive fighter. Okay, so he's gonna be like a tank. A warrior cook, okay. So the crafting system we saw earlier, or cooking system is probably a better word for it. Like all the ingredients we saw. It's probably gonna be his thing then. Sure am, and I've been reading a lot too. See, most of the monsters you're going to face won't even be fleshmans or minions. Which means anyone can fight them. Are you sure about that? Totally. You haven't seen any yet, have you? No, but I'll know when to step aside, don't worry. Plus you can't travel the world with just a few sandwiches. What were you thinking? That's... yeah. See? You need me. Just do your solstice warrior duties and I'll keep your bellies full. Deal? Okay, deal. Alright, I'll start Garl. We have so much catching up to do. Garl the warrior cook joins the party. So, when we're going to go against the Fleshmancer or any of his main minions, like he's not gonna be able to join the battle or do any damage? Because that's would kinda suck. Also, his sprite right now, did they... I think it was his left eye that got hurt, but in this sprite it looks like his right eye. Or am I misremembering it? Whatever. And so apparently after we meet this Elder Mist, we'll be able to use magic without using magic and be sent out into the world. Like, that sounds super OP, to use magic without using magic. Like, maybe that's like the normal way for Solstice Warriors to progress. But I bet something will go wrong in this journey, that they can't meet the Elder Mist. If that does happen, by the way, I swear I don't know anything about this game. But that's just my guess, like, oh, they are special. They actually need to go through hardship and use their magic sparingly. That's all we've been told. I guess finding our own way is the final step of training. Our first assignment is to get to Wraith Island. Wraith Island in time for the next eclipse. Wow, that's a lot. Your powers sound so cool though. I can't wait to see them in action. So how about you, Garl? Oh, it was pretty uneventful, to be honest. All I did was train and learn the skills I thought would come in handy. Every single day I was hoping to see you come out. I'm sure glad no one told me it would take 10 years. Damn. I mean, I had no frame of reference for how long it would take. They did say years, but I didn't think it would be 10. So, like, they were about 10 when they... I mean, that would be my guess, right? They were around 10 when they met. So, they're all like 20 now? 18 to 20? Damn. Kind of remarkable though that they're still like good friends. Like normally when you like come across someone, like let me know in the comments if I remember to upload this or I'm able to upload this time. Like, have you ever had where you just come across a childhood friend again Like you haven't seen them for, well, for example, like 10 years. And both of your experiences and growing up are like so different, like you can't even relate to them anymore. Like basically strangers, right? You still know each other because you played together as kids and had a good time then, but it's kind of awkward. Like I've had that a couple of times. Like you go into it with this naive expectations of like, oh, we're gonna be the best of friends, like we were back then, and it's just like have nothing in common. Uh, yeah, we miss you too. It's not fair that we were together and you had to do this on your own. Yeah, that's also kind of messed up. There were no other kids in the village, I believe. Like he was all alone the whole time. Well, we're all together now, so it doesn't matter anymore. And I can't wait to explore the world. I want to taste everything. Uh, hey, this soup is unreal, by the way. Right? Uh-huh. So how much food did you pack? Just enough for a few meals. It's better to travel light, and there's ingredients everywhere if you know how to look. Or know to look. And who knows what we'll find, it's all part of the adventure. Why don't you try an over there? See that bush right there? It's full of juicy berries. All you have to do is pick them. Okay. Perfect. Now we'll make some jam with the berries you picked. Just interact with the campfire and get ready to cook. Okay. Berry jam. Simple and sweet. Okay, so this just restores MP. But jam is also used in other stuff, so even if you have cooked the jam before, can you also just use the jam in other things? Like put it on a piece of bread? Ah, I had to hold it. See, you're a natural. We can eat that jam later when we need to heal up. Thanks for the tips, Garl. That's going to come in handy for sure. Don't mention it. Hey, I'm ready for some sleep. Same here. And nothing but the stars above us. I'm loving this life already. Yeah. Okay, and keep talking, saying the same shit, guys. Come on. Me too, guys. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Well, good night then. There's probably going to be a point in the game where like he's so essential with like all of the stuff that he can do with his cooking and maybe survival tips or analyzing monsters for their weaknesses. But you're gonna be like, how the hell were the main characters or the Solstice Warriors even supposed to do it without him? Good morning. You all ready to go? I'm excited to see what this Elder Mist looks like. Should be straight up. Let's keep hiking. Which way is the correct one? I already see some ingredients here. Okay, this is the way we went before the tutorial. So now we go all the way back to the beginning, but I'm just gonna do that to see if there are any other ingredients around. Doesn't seem like it. The first time I came through here there were not any ingredients, but I'm just being thorough to see if there's not like anything that has spawned now that we unlocked Garl, but does not seem like it. Still have to wonder though, what's like the correct way. You know what they said, just use magic whenever it's available, so I'm gonna just do that. Damn, 21 damage still though. Even when blocking. Okay, so he has blunt damage too. Garl hurls an enemy to another position if possible. Nourish, throws a snack at a friend. Medium heal. So he also has a heal. Although, is it item dependent? No, I guess not, because it has MP cost. God damn. How much health do these fucking things have? I'm just gonna use this on myself. Ah, that's pretty damn good though. There we go. And they also leave behind ingredients. Basic armor. Okay, he doesn't, it's not armor for him, so there is a difference. Equip. 8 plus 4. Okay, I'm gonna put it on him because Valer has like natural higher defense, so. Nothing, okay. Can he put on the advent? Yes, he can. Okay. So he can't put on basic armor, but he can put on the adventurer's vest. So there is like a distinction, like not only a story distinction between Solstice Warriors and him, but also a gameplay one. I'm thinking the way up is like the correct way, so I'm going to go in the cave now. Everything... Gonna need to heal a bit. keep forgetting that targets everyone. I thought I mistimed it, but guess not. You have to like press earlier with the timing than you think. Some cabbage, nice. I like the fact that you can just jump over. An abacus, I'll equip that in a bit. Because normally when in other games you have to like climb down and then climb up this one, but you can just jump over like this. That's nice. Small touches, but equip. It was like the golden type. Display non-boss enemies HP in combat. I'll just equip it to him. Like, I don't think it matters which one. Also look at his attack though, like 21, 16, 20. Okay, so he's stronger in terms of attack than the character I thought it was all about strength. And even his magic attack is pretty damn good. Wait until the reveal of at the end of the game, where they all of a sudden reveal that anyone can be a solstice warrior, and that the fact that it's supposed to be special is like the plot by the bad guys to make sure there aren't a lot of them. Like, I'm all trying to make all of these wild speculations and guesses, but I'm actually kind of scared to be right, because people be like, hey, you already spoiled yourself. Like, there's no way anyone can guess that. But once again, I swear, I don't know anything about the game. I only saw the trailers. Okay, finally one that's like weak to the solar attack. Crescent arc. If it's and of course he's out of MP. Okay. I was kind of I didn't pay attention. I only saw his HP when I had Garl. I was like wondering, can I only see it with Garl or also with the others? That's 2 for the price of 1. Have to make sure to keep okay, shortcut back. I wonder what the point is of all these shortcuts back. Like, maybe you need to come back here to gather some ingredients or The mushroom's not an ingredient. And we have a random merchant. Okay, so we have Cures KO. That's pretty good. But I think we can... No, we can't make that. Yes, we can. We have some potatoes already. We need one more potato and 2 onions. So 8. So that's 10. So I can either spend 14 and buy one prepared, or you can spend a little bit less and make it myself at the campfire. And I can still also sell things, like one of the adventurers said. Oh no, I quit that too. First I'll cook. Oh yeah, I have the fish also. Why can't I make the... Like, do you need to buy the thing before? Okay, now I'll just sell this now. I know I said earlier that I might hold on to it, but yeah. So do I need to buy this before I can make it myself? Like, I know I can make these, like... Cook. Okay, I still can't make those. Maybe Garl just needs to level up first. But he can make pretty good stuff already, so I don't know what the deal is. I like the little animation to the right there. That's cool. I'll just make as much as I can for right now. You never know when it will come in handy. That does look pretty damn good though. Like, even for like a game. Oh, the lunchbox is full. I didn't pay attention, so I didn't even know that was a thing. Good to know. Rest. So, are we gonna have a boss fight in a bit again? I'll save one last time. Okay, and level up. Oh. Is this a secret? I at least took one of them out. Still mistimed the last one. Probably better to attack this one first because it had lesser turns. Or lesser, what do you call them, waiting time. Okay, so last time I leveled up strength with her. And I thought that would always be an option. But now it doesn't. Also, she had the option for magic defense up. And now she has the option for physical defense. And the other character was the other way around. He had like magic attack up and magic defense up as options. So he's probably gonna have like physical attack up as an option and weird. What's better though? I want to say maybe mana points. Like the amount you get is like so little though, but I feel like it's so important. Like attack and everything else, you will also go up with like good equipment, but I don't know if there's anything that will raise MP. I don't know what I'm doing. First time playing this game, so I'll just choose that. So yeah, like I thought, now he has magic defense instead of physical. And he has physical attack up. I'm just gonna do the same with him though. Like give him some more MP. Also not sure what I'm gonna do yet with these characters because I had them like kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I put them into boxes, right? Like I had like certain archetypes assigned to them already. Like I thought this one would be, even though he has a sword, right? Yeah, I thought he would be more like the magic guy. Because he also has a healing spell. And I thought and his magic attack is also a bit higher than the other ones, and the other one is like a battle monk, so would be more strength based, and her strength is also higher than his. So I would make her the physical attacker and him the magic attacker, but like you can also mix and match, right? Like you can just make him purely physical if you level up in that kind of way, but for now I'll just keep what I was going for. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with him yet. Like he looks like a tank, right? Just has a shield. Like he has one quote-unquote magic attack where he can like throw an enemy, but I don't know if magic attack even affects that, because I think it only changes their position. I'm not sure if it even does damage, so I don't think magic attack is the way to go right now. Defense, magic defense, I mean both are, these stats are pretty equal right about now. So I think I'll just go with health. He's gonna be a beefy boy. Well, don't forget that. Two shiny pearls, nice. just something to sell again. So how will we get out of here though? Because it was at a cliffside, I believe. This way? No. That's pretty damn hidden though. Like I can see people being here like what the fuck, where am I supposed to go? Okay. Wait a minute. A recipe. Okay, so that's how you get cooking stuff, I guess. Okay, you automatically learn it also. As good as the pepper you grind into. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering earlier why I couldn't make the one thing I could buy. How much is their health at? Still seems fine. I'll just keep it. Damn. Also interesting that each character doesn't have like his own separate XP bar, like it's all shared. So when you level up, all three of them level up. That especially that caster dude is like hits pretty hard. Okay, so this is a full party heal. Okay, there we go. MP, that seems fine. Why doesn't it affect the other one though? Like, are they too far apart? Because that's kind of annoying. I was like hoping to hit all three of them. Then I guess I'll just use the magic one. I think it just ends eventually anyway, because I felt like I timed that pretty well. Damn. I thought he was aiming for Zil. Damn it. 11. So weird how it doesn't hit this one. You would think the splash damage would go far enough, right? Damn it. He's dead. The only thing about these games is every time a battle is like almost like a small puzzle, right? Like, hey, what's the best course of action? Everyone who's seeing this is like yelling at their screen if they see a better way. Like, no, why are you doing that move? I mean, I'm just making up a straw man, but you know what I mean, right? Like, just have to expose yourself a little bit. Yeah, healing light for him. Nothing to find here. This is maybe to illustrate, like, hey, you can jump down these. It's not like a endless pit, bottomless pit. So maybe if you realize that you can go back to the previous parts and then find that chest we found earlier. Damn it. If I had timed it right, but then he would have done 2 attacks. Where does this bring me? Oh, here. Yeah. I don't know, seems like the right way, so what's this? What could this be? Good question. What could this be? Okay, nothing else to say about it. Guess that is for later then. He does have like... There we go. My, what a gregarious one you are. Gregarious. That's not a word you hear or see often. Enthusiasm is certainly welcome in this place of meditation, but its rites are not meant for the common folk. Children of the solstice, step forward. Who? It seems you show great potential indeed. Have you weaved your will into celestial fabrics? We have, Elder Mist. Then come closer and let them be imbued by the sacred spawn's magic. Ooh, a tremendous resonance. Wear them with purpose, for they will augment your innate magic. You shall henceforth have light in the darkest places and protection against the minions of the Fleshmancer. I don't feel any different. Yeah, me neither. Rest assured, the ability to use magic without using magic has taken root in you indeed. What does that even mean? And how does it work? It arises from need. In the many battles that await you, victory will often demand the use of more offensive magic than one can sustain through spells alone. That is why attunement to life mana is paramount. Life mana? It allows your attacks to draw from the magic bestowed upon you at birth. And judging by the resonance you create, this power should even extend to your traveling companions. Ah, okay. So they can like buff his weapon or something? His shield? You are ready. I mean, this is life mana, right? It's not live mana. I know there's also two different spellings for the word life. Like, if it wasn't obvious before, I'm not American or English, British. So it's not my native language, but you have life, like as in your life, and then you have life, like I would spell here. Hey, we are live right now, like we are live right now, like streaming. So, you already live mana will start manifesting for you the next time you enter battle. Are you ready for the final test? Elder Mist, I like to go with them. The Elder Mist trials have never been undertaken by anyone but aspiring solstice warriors. But I want to go with them, please. Interesting. You are the first of the common folk to ever make such a request. He sure is a peculiar one. No doubt limited when it comes to combat, but the warmth of his heart. Could he bring it back? Perhaps we should try to find out. I will allow it. Alright, thanks Elder Mist. Consider it a test of your ability to act as a companion to Solstice warriors. I won't fail. We are ready. Then close your eyes and take a deep breath. Welcome to the Elder Mist Trials. To pass this final test, you must bring 3 big relics together by completing their associated challenges. The monster that will try to stop you are immune to physical attacks, and the use of offensive spells is prohibited. What? So how are we supposed to even do this then? Like, we can't attack them physically, but we also can't use offensive spells. Oh, that is why you must use magic without using magic. Life mana can boost your battle actions with a portion of your magic attack. I don't. Life mana can boost your battle actions with a portion of your magic attack. Embrace this power and your training will be complete. So is it like imbuing physical attacks with magic? Like one of the skills Whoa, I have to try that. The trials await. Should you wish to return for a while, simply close your eyes and concentrate next to where you just appeared. Godspeed. Okay. So Valere has like a skill that uses magic and physical, but that's just what I'm assuming it's gonna be, but who knows. Okay, so physical attacks they said would be useless, but that attack did nothing. Spell would probably do it, but we can't use them here. But how? Hey, some little orbs appeared when I attacked. Maybe that's life mana? Could be. I feel a kind of pull towards them. Yeah, I feel it too. Let me try something. Boost. Okay. Whoa. It worked. How does it feel? Like power. So if I attack it, should do magic damage now. Okay, so I was kinda right. That was amazing. I want to try it next. Boosting has been unlocked. Regular attacks will now generate life mana. Hold the right trigger and press A to absorb a charge and boost. Up to 3 boosting charges can be stacked, each adding a portion of your character's magic attack stat to their next action to increase its power. Okay, so even if you're purely a physical attacker, it still is good to raise your magic attack, because that gets added to your normal attack when you use this boosting skill. That's what I'm getting out of it. Like adding a portion of your character's magic stat. So I'm guessing each boost charge does 1/3 of it. And once you do 3 times, it does the full magic attack. stacked upon your normal attack. In the case of regular attacks, the character's innate magic damage type, if they have one, is also on top of. In the case of regular attacks, the character's innate magic damage type, if they have one, is also added on top of their weapon's damage type. Okay, so in the case of Zale, he gets like the solar element on top of it. Whether you're dealing with an intricate lock pattern, need to make your next healing spell really count, or just want to deal more damage, remember to boost. Okay, so boosting is like literally for everything. So it's like kind of like Octopath Traveler, where you can save up moves. I think Bravely Default also did this. You can like save up moves and then just use them all at once. You can use them into one skill to power up one skill, but you can also just do multiple attacks in one move. It's kind of like that, but a little bit of a different spin on it. I'll be right back, by the way. I need to turn on my lights. It's getting kind of dark here. And I am back. So yeah. Okay, first campfire again. Used up some food earlier, so boring but healthy. I don't know how they do it sometimes in games or like even animated movies, but or just anime, right? Like, but they always make food like look extra delicious, like so colorful. And I don't even like salad, but that looks good. Now I'm gonna rest. And then after the rest, gonna save. So if we do die and return to the save points, we're immediately rested. Okay, so these are the 3 trials. And let's just start from the left. Or maybe do left, right, and then the middle one. Basic armor again. Can't use skills, but oh, now that I changed character just now, it like swaps over to Okay, he can only use skills because they're non-offensive. Damn. Try to block that. Thank you for the ingredients. Ladder. Wait. So how do we... How do we get up there? Maybe need to bring it back. Ah, okay, I see. I didn't expect a small little puzzle there. Damn it. And you can just come back here and rest. That's pretty nice. I thought you had to do it all in one go, but no need. Shiny pearl. And like, since it's from the same developer, these like ruins in the clouds type of stuff like does remind me of like some of those levels in the Messenger. Finally, I managed to block one. Nicely done. Where did we go? We came from up there. Before I pull that lever, I just want to explore ahead a little. Okay. No idea what the lever is gonna do. Oh, okay. Well, should have just done that right away then. Explore every nook and cranny before you move on. To get this artifact piece, you will need to answer 3 questions correctly. Let's see how well you learned. Of these 2 actions, which one regenerates MP? Attacking. Oh, I thought we would get them all at once, but... Okay, there's the next one. That's the name of the school you went to. Zenith Academy. So the game is like testing you a little bit. Hey, did you actually pay attention to the story, or? Mushroom scramble. All right. Like the rope looks a bit weird though when you walk on it. Like when it. That's strange. And the last one very important soul stage warrior duty is to destroy dwellers who become vulnerable during which natural phenomenon? I think it was the eclipse. Okay, that was it. I actually kind of wanted to check something with a combat, because I changed the weapons of the characters, but I didn't even pay attention if you actually see the weapons change in combat. Like they actually have a different one equipped. I mean, obviously the armor didn't change, but that's pretty common nowadays in the RPGs. Sadly enough. But most of the times when you change a weapon, it will still change that. And Trials of the Mist. Yes, saving. Rest up one more time. I should have saved after resting, so let me just save one more time. Good thing it doesn't take long. This is our last chance to prepare. Do you feel ready? Yes. So, getting a boss battle. Hoo hoo hoo. The young adventurers have finished the preparations. Huh? I see you understand the power of live mana. But can you master it? We shall see. The use of spells is now allowed again. So we have to fight him in this contraption. That looks badass though. Face me, children of the solstice. Different body parts, yeah. Okay, I can only aim at his sword and his head. I can't like aim at the other ones. At the other arm. Nice, so he has two now. Damn, that's some good damage though. Is the... I didn't see how much the sword arm had left, so did I take it out immediately? Good thing I didn't use her MP yet. Okay, the sword recovered. Oh my... What? I feel like I timed that pretty well, but alright. Skills, nourish. Had to heal her back. Healing missed. Okay, so he can heal himself. That's fair. Just okay, now I was ready for it. Oh, now that I'm actually paying attention, yes, the weapon did change. And tried to block that, but it was too slow. Kinda sucks that I don't have enough MP. Damn. He's healing again. Like, I need to interrupt that, but I keep fucking it up. So, this is a heal. Oof. For fuck's sake. I was hoping I could just use the combo skill to get another blunt hit off with Zale, but what's the best course of action now? Probably just heal Garl. $27. Alright. Normally it heals for 15 with 2 boosts. Okay, so what have you learned? Don't use up your MP too quickly. Exactly because of this reason. Why is my timing so off? And fuck that attack, like Jesus. Okay, so now I can just use the combo, the Solstice Strike, to at least get one blunt hit in to interrupt his healing. And now everyone's dead. Damn it. Just continue, I guess. I didn't expect my first time to die to be this early in the game. Okay, everything's equipped. Basic armor, yeah, Squire sword, okay. He doesn't have anything else to equip. Then I guess we should just try again. Like most of his attacks or most of his weaknesses that we saw to interrupt him were always stuff that were things that Valair or Garl could do. Right? It was always blunt damage or not solar, lunar element. So I'm just not gonna use any MP with her for the time being. Okay, now we need to take out that stupid sword again, because otherwise it's gonna do the counter thing again. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna attack with him. There we go. Okay, so I'll just use Moonerang to get rid of those 2 lunar boxes, and then just attack once with Garl for the blunt damage one. And I might as well use this, right? Bounce a Moonerang 25 times achievement. Nice. I don't think the achievements show up on stream, but just got an achievement for that one. I didn't even see how much damage I did. Only one, okay. I'll do the healing one with him. Nice. And his sword is back? No, okay. I was kinda hoping I would be able to use it with Sunball again. Kinda sucks that I can't see his health though, just the health of the sword. Bad timing again. Bad timing again. Still haven't gotten the whole timing thing down. That was good timing. Good timing. Just use 2 now, because I think that's big enough for, yeah, for that one. $93, damn. Okay. The amount of difference it can make to know the mechanics of a fight. Like, goddamn. How formidable. Who, a bright future awaits you indeed. Valere and Zale, I name you Solstice Warriors. I have consulted the mists of time during your trials. When you are ready to leave this place, find me back at the Sacred Pond, and I will tell you of your respective prophecies. Then you will be sent out into the world. Don't take too long now. Okay, so now I can just retake the trials if I would want. Maybe if you missed a chest somewhere you can go back, but I don't see a reason for us to go back. Already fully healed up again. to leave. Good morning. The time has come to begin your journey. Morning, but it's the middle of the night. Ah, yes. I suppose your friend should address that. Address what? Bring us the dawn. We can do that? All it takes is for you to stand on a celestial rune. Okay, so we can change the time of day? And then what? Something inside of you knows already. Right this way. Now concentrate and bring us the dawn. Okay. Use right trigger and left trigger while standing on celestial runes to change the time of day. Okay, so it's not just controlling like the weather or like whether the sun is up or not, but you actually rewind and advance time. How do you do that? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen. That part is always easier by simply going for it. Now, in your travels you will sometimes find mechanisms and seals powered by magical runes that react to the time of day. They were put into place by solstice warriors who came before you. Some conceal artifacts meant to help future members of the Order, such as yourselves, while others seal away evils that were too powerful to confront. Whether or not to look for these artifacts and challenges will be entirely up to you, okay? Come and meet me behind this chasm. How do we get across? By using your powers, of course. Meet me on the other side. And a farewell gift I will share with you what I could read in the mist of time. Try using the crystal to charge the smaller rune on the ground above and see what happens. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Easy enough. Holy crap, that's a big boy. Ever missed island landing? Are you ready to be sent out into the world? Do you want to progress the game? Yes. Let us see you off then, but first, your prophecies. I will speak them to your minds directly, for they are yours and yours alone. Zeal, step forward. In order to reach your full potential, you will first need to stare at the night inside of you. Valere, approach. When the time comes, you will be the one to create paths on water. Okay. Garl. I get one too? Awesome. Yeah. You must be mindful of your limitations during this journey. This is not a conversation. Oh, my bad. Carry on. The mists are unclear in your case, but it appears your heart might be warm enough to soothe a long-tormented soul. You have now learned everything I could teach you. I am sending you to Sleeper Island, where you are fated to meet a crew bound for adventure. Make friends with them, and they shall help you reach Wraith Island in time for the next eclipse. Okay. To activate this giant, give it the name Extol, to be sent to Sleeper Island. To return here, simply go to Extol and speak this one's names. So the place we're at is Extol. This one's name, which is Extol. Cool. Okay. So we didn't get the giant's name, so we can't come back here for a while. Maybe I should have gone back then, because I do remember finding that one cave, which maybe we can do more in now with our powers, but oh well. So yeah, in the first video, or in my first stream, like the game also opened with this guy, because he has basically seen multiple timelines and has seen a lot throughout time, and he's basically telling us the story of his experiences of the things that he has seen. And the story of Valere, Zeal, and Garl is the one he's telling us, basically. And so it was that Valere and Zeal were sent off to begin their journey with their best friend, the warrior cook in tow. In their quest to get to Wraith Island in time for the eclipse, they would soon come to grips with two very powerful wizards. One by anger beset, the other of life bereft. No way, that was awesome. The Elder Mist wasn't kidding, what a ride. Who knew the world was so big? So, what now? Find a boat, I suppose? To ground level then? There's only one way we can go from here anyway. First, a little side path. Solstice Mage's Ring. Nice. Equip. I can't equip it. Oh. Party other members recover 1 MP when they time a block. Okay. Nice. I'm glad I noticed that. Can I jump it down here? Yes, I can. Found some gold. And if we had taken the normal path, we would have ended up here anyway. Ingredients. Instead of Moonring. Kinda got the timing for that last time. 2 lightnings, then the one that hits you. It all is kind of weird though sometimes, like it feels impossible to like break their setup attack because it's always 3, but it's always like, oh, do 2 blunts and then 1 lunar. Which is possible, but by the time like you do 1 attack, like Garl doesn't get a chance. Like maybe it's because he's slow. Like I don't think speed is a stat though. Just destroyed. We just noticed that too. When you're walking across a rope, you can just take at the last moment you can just hop across instead of a rainbow. Okay. Is it like a treasure item? No. Might interest the collector. Okay, so it's a key item. Kind of a weird place for a key item though. Like it's like so hidden even. Some potatoes. Hello. That's some pretty cool magic. This dude is like this. We always see this dude training, like doing push-ups and stuff, but his strength stat is like Still the weakest of the party. No boats up here, I guess. We just have to keep going east. Yeah. We'll rest a bit. Some new enemies. Let's go. And Bruiser. Okay. Okay, it resisted that. Parry this, you casual. Damn. Did not expect them to just get destroyed like that. Okay, that's the way forward, I think. The ground will collapse if I step on that. So let's do that. Oh, so we need to jump from up there. And thrower. Okay. Boom. Time has made the runes indecipherable. Well, we can turn back time, right? Damn it. Oh, he joined in too. Okay. He has 1 HP left, yeah. They give pretty good XP here though, okay. Power belt. Equip. So it's gonna go from 22 to 26. He is 23. Yes, he's gonna need some. Okay, we're gonna take out these guys. Where the hell did he come from? Alright. Damn. These things do so much damage, like Jesus. Almost another level up. Like, how big is this area? Like, jeez. I still need to go back to the first breakable floor. Like, did I miss something? Okay, so we do need some key item here, but one that we don't have yet. Okay, I'll go back a little bit and check things out here because I feel like I missed something. Maybe I'm just doing this all for nothing, but that's like a typical RPG thing, right? Like, be thorough. Ah, there we have it already. So I can jump from here to go down there, and I can also go this way and get some more tomatoes. Some mushrooms. Like an ingredient we didn't have yet. I mean, we did get the mushroom soup before, but we didn't find the ingredient before. Alright, now we can go back to where we were. Yeah, up here. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. Okay, so sometimes enemies, it's not even like enemies that are around, but some just show up. Okay, so he goes to all the way. I think if you like, this is just a personal opinion, but I think if you manage to block what would have otherwise been a fatal hit, you should at least get, like, survive with 1 HP, right? Because it also kind of rewards skillful play. At least a good thing that everyone levels up. Like, it's not that she didn't get anything just because she was knocked out. So yeah, I have no idea if this is the correct choice. Like, defense can be very overpowered in like some games, but it's also the boring choice, right? So I'll just go with attack again for her. And then for Zeal, magic attack. And yeah, magic over physical attack also. I think I'll just keep stacking attack. Like I did 1 point in, like on the second time I ever leveled up. I did 1 point into MP on both of them. On Valera and Zeal, but I think I'll just keep stacking attack. See how that goes. I mean, attack damage is never a bad thing, right, in these games? And once I might feel a difference, maybe I'll have to grind a little bit. I have to grind some levels. I'll probably do that off screen if it ever comes to that, but just have to wait and see. Oh yeah, and I should probably heal her. Skills. Man, I'm getting hungry here just looking at this food. And There we go. So if we did completely miss the other one, then it would have shown us here like, hey, this is what you can do with those. If somehow you didn't understand, because you actually need to use it to progress. Okay. Is that just a chest with another one of those conch? Like, how do you say that word? Conch? Conch shell? Like one of those other shells? Or is do we need the one we currently have on that? Because you couldn't really see the other chest where we got it out from all that well, so. Okay, so even though the skill Valere used makes physical contact, it still doesn't like release those orbs, right? The live magic, the live mana. Because I was kind of banking on that to use it with Zale here, so he could add the solar element to his weapon to take out that bottom one. That's not happening. I'll just take out this one then. Oh. Or I guess not. That's... Oof. I don't know how I did that the first one, but... I purposely didn't finish off the middle one here because I was hoping I could do something like this where I could hit all of them. Okay, still didn't finish the top one off though. So. 1 HP, like goddamn. That was pretty rough though. Use it on Garl himself because he's has the most HP, and then use Zale's skill on himself. Okay, that should be good. Can I push this? No. Can I pull it? No. I can't swim though. Which they showed off a little bit at the beginning. Seal, Ember Ore. Okay, so this is just another progression type obstacle. It's kind of like the plant in the way in Pokemon, right? Where you need God. At least that's what I'm expecting. So we just need some sort of ability or power to destroy those crystals. Time has made them indecipherable. Damn. Let's take out this one first because it has that bomb attack. And again, 1 HP left. Why didn't she face it? Like normally when they get attacked they will face the one. Because it resists sword attacks. Summon. Oh, that's dangerous. Oof. Okay, so that does do damage. That's for the whole party. Ally. Basic salad. Just probably gonna give him this one. Damn. Summon more, like how? This is getting out of hand, like. Again with the 1 HP. Come on, Garl, just finish them off. And I can't use Mending Light. Okay, so this would be a good moment to just use the mushroom soup. Okay, I think I got the timing down on those, so after it snaps 2 times, that's when you press the button. Okay, so even this attack just only chooses 1. Damn, coming in clutch. Yeah, there we go. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect this game to be... Well, difficult is maybe not the right word, but at least at the beginning it's pretty challenging at some points. You would kinda expect crushing damage or blunt damage to be effective against bugs though, right? Like, isn't that what you usually do with like a bug? Like you crush them? Although maybe of that size that logic wouldn't apply because they have like extremely hard exoskeletons or something. I mean, the combo meter just resets anyway when... Also kind of weird that you don't get the live mana from that attack. Just because it's a combo. Like, it's still just a physical attack, right? So... maybe that would just be too overpowered. Or maybe it's an oversight. Attack... Jeez, only 144 experience. I did expect way more from that particular battle, but fine. I might give Zale one more point in mana anyway, because if he has full MP, he can use his healing light 3 times, which is pretty nice. And then Garl just use Nourish on himself. Then we have most of the things. This one costs 7. So that would be like 5 levels into Garl for MP. That's a bit of a ask though. So we came this way, like we got into the water from there. Like, imagine if I just died over there and there would have been a save point right here. First let's rest. Let's cook, because I used some. These are nice, but maybe a bit much right now, right? So I'll just wait on making those, because I don't want to be forced to use them. Mushroom scramble. More fun to cook than it is to eat. Why? It's just eggs and mushroom, like... I mean, I'm not a big fan of mushrooms myself, but like the description makes it sound like it's pretty bad to eat. 35 plus 5 MP. I'll make one of those. Just 8 MP? Like, MP is really precious in this game, because like this item that only restores 8, like already requires me to catch 4 of those man of war, like this jellyfish, because that one ingredient that I have 2 of, you get them from those jellyfish, right? So yeah, I'll just make another basic salad. Yeah, I'll just make another one just to fill up the lunchbox. And we just restored already. Okay, now that we have done everything, I'll save. And we can move on. Uh-oh. Damn. Nicely done. Like, is that just a thing in this game, or is it just a curse? Like, every time I think I finish an enemy, they survive with 1 HP. Okay, so there's nothing else up here. A rock lid. That's a weapon, I believe, for +4 attack, +2 magic attack. Nice. Just need to orient myself a little bit. So we came from this way, camp is that way. So now we need to go this way. because going left is pointless. Another just random battle that just goes wrong. I have to heal. Heal Garl. He has the most HP and the best heal. Try to take out this one. Yeah. Bit overkill maybe, but okay, fully healed up again. That's probably like one of those drop downs places, I'm guessing. Because I don't see another way to climb up there. No. Fishing Lake, Stonemason Outpost. I'm almost kind of afraid of these ants now. Oh. Because they can't call for backup. The only positive thing about having fought them so much by now is that I got the timing down. There we go. I needed it. No, stop. Okay, nice. I should have taken the orbs with that attack. Okay, now I'm like screwing up even the most simplest things. Okay. The amount of XP those things can give for the amount of damage they can do with all of their summoning is like kind of disappointing. Ah, mushroom soup. Alright. Also, a thing I like is that enemies don't respawn, at least not too quickly. Because I was kind of afraid, like when I jumped in there, that the enemies would have respawned inside. Or when I would have gone outside, that the ants would be back. But that's not the case. I missed what he said. I was like too busy pressing buttons. Look, someone's there, I think. We should ask for directions. She looks busy. Bah, I'm sure it's fine. Hello, is there something special about that big rock? Yes, come look at this. It's... This looks like... Nah, must be my imagination. Ahem, so what are those? Fascinating is what they are. These runes are the oldest form of writing known to us. Who's us? Traveling historians, of course. Or at least what's left of them. No way, you're a traveling historian? Nice to meet you. My name is Garl. Nice to meet you. I'm Teeks. Okay. Is she another party member? So are your friends always this quiet? They haven't socialized much, except with each other. Yeah, exactly. Nah, Valera and Zale are fun. They've just been sealed away to study in the sky for too many years. Magic hair. Enchanted cloth pieces. That's pretty funny. Teeks. I just read her name. You're Solstice Warriors. We. I. I knew it. Adventurous spirit, fearsome in battle, fated to unravel mysteries unknown, and encounters countless forgotten artifacts. A traveling historian's best friend. I mean, well, someone's excited. And we thought Garl was something. Hey guys, Teeks has an offer for us. I think it's worth hearing her out. Valero looks so serious. I'm not sure how to explain it properly. It's about my book. Why don't you eat with us tonight, Tinks? This place is perfect to set up camp. Oh, well, don't be shy. We're happy to have you. Yeah, plus you have to try Garl's cooking. A little apprehensive all of a sudden, but okay, thanks. That's it. 1 stew coming right up. Thanks again for the food, Garl. You really are a pretty good cook. Glad you liked it. You're welcome to join us again anytime. Also, this might be a little late, but like whenever I watch someone playing these type of games, like I always like it when they read it. But like, do you guys mind if I read it or don't read it? But because I like it, but it is a little bit exhausting after a while. I've been going for 3 hours and 16 minutes. So yeah, you do feel it in your throat after a while. So you're the very last traveling historian. At this point I might as well be the first. It's been so long since all the lore grimoires were burned. The what now? Lore grimoires. Every traveling historian has one, or had one, I suppose. They are enchanted books that write themselves by touching artifacts with stories to tell. A traveling historian's duty is to make their lore grimoire as full as possible before passing it on to a new recruit. There used to be a guild and a whole bunch of us, but now there's just disbeliever here. Which leads to what I've been meaning to ask. Shoot. Well, you see, the best thing a traveling historian can ask for is adventurers who keep an eye out on them. I don't have a way to pay you, but if you wouldn't mind grabbing any artifacts you stumble upon during your adventures, I'd be happy to share stories with you. Okay, so we're just gonna report back to her. But I was kinda hoping she would just join us. Sounds fun, but how will we find you if we're always traveling? Don't worry about it. Just drop by your campfire whenever you're out in the open. It's the perfect settling for telling stories. Okay, so she just shows up whenever you make a campfire. Story time at a campfire? Sign me up. Great, just bring me any artifacts you find. And we'll see how my lore grimoire reacts. Maybe we can use the shell we found. How many stories do you have so far? Just the one. It was empty when I found it. But that's okay by me. I plan on discovering enough to fill an entire volume. That's the spirit. This first story wrote itself when I stumbled upon a very old pirate earring. That's when I knew I was holding a real lore grimoire. They were thought extinct. What's the story about? A ghost pirate ship called the Vespertine. Ooh, yeah, exactly. I can read it for you if you want. Feel free to ask. Well, let's ask. The Vespertine. Of all the recorded hexes and acts of bewitchment, there are few are as dreadful as the curse of the Vespertine. This story takes us back centuries to a time when a certain band of pirates ruled the seas. Stormcaller was the name of their captain. He was the most powerful wind mage the world had ever known. So we have wind magic. That's like a small spoiler, I guess. Like not a bad one, but and their navigator Hortense remains to this day the shrewdest mariner on record. Combining Hortense's skill and Stormcaller's magic, some say the ship was faster than light itself. The crew went on many adventures and accumulated countless riches, which one day the inevitable happened. Hortense, whose first love was music, announced that he wanted to quit the pirate life and devote herself to her art of music. So Hortense was a woman. Like the name Hortense, I don't know why, but it sounded more male to me, right? I imagined so that's cool. Ever a firm believer that the real treasure is a treasure one finds along the way. Stormcaller took her resignation harshly. Utterly insulted, he stopped conjuring wind for the sails and locked the ship right in the middle of the ocean. And we shall remain here, he said, till our navigator gets that silly idea out of her head. But Hortense already had made her final decision. Days went by, both of them sulking, while their crew begged that they reach some resolution. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, what do you do about food and water? First I ran out of patience, then out of food, and eventually out of drinkable water. Well, is the ship only powered by his magic? I mean, there's still normal wind, right? Then one day after sunset, the pirates, driven mad by hunger and thirst, mutinied and made their captain walk the plank. And as he sank into the abyss, Stormcaller cursed his crew and conjured an eternal prison. In the Sea of Nightmare, he would channel a deadly storm for them to endure forevermore. Over centuries, the crew members lost their minds to the ghastly place until only Hortense remained. To this day, the battle goes on in the Sea of Nightmare. Stormcaller's hatred pitted against the navigator's sheer will. Some say Stormcaller's fury will one day sink the ship, while others believe he will eventually bow to the Indomitable Hortons. Legend has it she gets a short break once a day for a few seconds at the precise time the curse was first conjured. Countless sailors and fishermen have since reported sightings of the legendary ghost pirate ship that appears at dusk. They call it the Vespertine. Okay, so it appears at dusk. One moment. Because we can like change time, so if this is something we will come across in the game, then we'll have to remember that at dusk. Will some have a mind to climb aboard and search for treasure? In search of treasure, most avoid sailing at dusk for fear of being sucked into the sea of nightmare. The end. But no comments. I think that's a good stopping point. I'm getting a little bit tired from reading all of that. If I didn't have to do that, I could probably go on for a bit longer, but yeah. I do kind of want to go on longer, right? Because the game is fun, but I will stop here for now, and we will continue this next time. I will rest. Well, I'm already closing off. Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna say, I first need to find a save point, but there's one right there. A boat ride to Wraith Island. That might be a challenge given the situation with the lift. Probably nothing you can't figure out. Which way is it? East of here along the path. Mind if I stick around for now? We have the same destination. The more the merrier. Joins the cargo. Okay. So she doesn't become a party member. So yeah, saved game here, saving. So if there is anyone watching, thank you for watching, and until the next video, bye.